Bankrupt Sri Lanka asks citizens abroad to send home cash.
The government is even asking airlines to stop refuelling in the country to save on fuel.
And there are severe shortages of food.
The local currency has almost halved in value against the dollar in recent months.
Run out of money and the economy is in free fall.
This story starts quite a while ago. Me and my girlfriend booked a 12-day trip to Sri Lanka to see all the main sites, and it was going to be our first trip back to Asia since COVID. Given recent events, we were sceptical as to if the tour was going to go ahead, but the company we booked the trip with assured us that it would all be going ahead and things would be fine. That was until 12 days before we were due to fly out, when the UK government put Sri Lanka on the advised against all but essential travel list, and the travel company cancelled on us. We already had our flights booked from London to Sri Lanka, so we had to plan another trip in Asia based around that initial flight. Our plan involved flying in on a Saturday, but leaving on Sunday in a late evening, meaning we had a day and a half in Sri Lanka. This is how it went. After all the stress of visa and COVID checks, we made it in really easily. Step outside. It is humid. The streets are very quiet. We booked a fairly nice hotel just a short walk from the airport, as we were unsure if any transport would be operating given that they're so short on fuel. Bit of a military presence around with AK-47s.
And keep your luggage here and come back 5 o'clock.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you. Very nice.
So when we went to the hotel, we walked along here and everyone in the tuk-tuk was asking us if we want a lift. So now we're here asking for one to give us a lift to the beach. See if any come along.
Well, he's found a new friend. Oh, bye.
Wandering down the streets. There's one up in the tree there too, look. Millie with her local Sri Lankan food and me with a pizza.
There's beer and wine over there.
Despite the media making you think Sri Lanka would be very dangerous at the moment, me and Millie felt very safe wandering around streets like this at night when there wasn't a single tourist for miles and miles around. We found the locals to be so friendly and curious, often stopping to say hello and asking where we're from. So we're just driving along, and then all the shops, just their lights all went out. These streets were really bright, and now it's just all you can see is vehicle lights. Just seen a power outage. People are having to use generators and LED torches to keep their businesses going. Luckily, the government kept the power on at the airport, including all the buildings surrounding and our hotel, meaning that we had 24-hour power. This also included the street lights out the front. Good morning from Sri Lanka, and we've spotted a massive lizard.
I spotted it.
Millie spotted it. The military are out to get Millie. Little visit to a local bakery. We'd been walking for about 10 minutes outside the hotel and spotted a cricket stadium that was open, so we just decided to walk in and have a look. Despite the fact most of the people in there couldn't speak great English, they were very kind and friendly, constantly offering us free Coca-Cola, and they kept trying to get me to sign up to play cricket with them, which I kept having to decline because I'm very bad at cricket.
Very nicely couple. The world best nice couple. Hey, Surbunia. Romeo and Juliet. Hi.
We're here watching a music video of a Sri Lankan rapper.
Sri Lankan rapper, the best of the world. You're the best.
We went back to Negombo, and this time we went by bus. The pictures here just will not do justice to how chaotic this journey was. We got on the bus, then the driver pulled away immediately. A different staff member then went round collecting money off people, but trying to sort through your notes whilst the bus is constantly going over 100 kilometers per hour, then jamming on the brakes, it's easier said than done. There goes our bus.
Yeah, that's where we got our water.
That was something. Guys just cycled past and we hear, wow, beautiful, looking at Millie. The queue for fuel. Just got some shorts from the market. Right snack and a wander.
Oh, it's closed.
I just got a whiff of shit then. I think he's pretending it's his house. And we're here again on sunset, hey? This queue for fuel you see here is the longest queue I've seen for anything ever. I've since done measurements on Google Maps and it's at least 2 miles long. There's nobody in the cars, people just park up in the queue, leave and come back the next day. As we sat there eating our Pizza Hut at the airport, we were sad thinking about what could have been. We were supposed to see a large chunk of the country, but we only had 2 days in a small area. But the people are what really makes this country great, and they really deserve better. I can't speak for the whole nation, but what we saw was the most friendly, curious people, always with a smile on their face. People were going to church, friends were chilling out on the beach, having drinks together, and playing cricket. Despite the hardships of the country, life goes on. Me and Millie had the most amazing 2 weeks in Vietnam after, but we would love to return to Sri Lanka one day and see more of what the country has to offer.